Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, and in this video we'll discuss some of the important concept in API. Okay, in the previous video we'll show that what is API with real life analogy, and in this video we know some of the important concept you need to know to master API. So first concept that we will learn today is what is REST API. Okay, we'll show that REST API it stands for representational state transfer, is a way for two systems like your apps or server to talk to each other over the internet using simple HTTP request. We'll show every website when you load, you'll see this that HTTPS something is there, HTTPS. So this is the REST API. Okay, this is the way to using HTTPS will response from the server to the client and also client from the server. Okay, this is called REST API. We communicate each other using the over the internet. This is called REST API. Okay, this something use something called HTTPS request. Okay, like get, post, put, delete. It follows the some rules and principle to make communication simple, fast, and scalable. Some of the HTTP request we know that get request, get data, post, add new data, put, update data, and delete, remove data. Advantages of REST API: easy to use, uses simple HTTP and URLs. Mostly uses JSON, easy to read and process. It uses the format JSON. In later video we'll discuss about what is JSON. JSON is like a Python dictionary. They also have a key and value pairs. And stateless. Each request is independent. Server doesn't store session info. And flexible. Works with any language. JSON, and you can work with any language. You can use Python, JavaScript, Java, any language you can work with. Scalable. Can handle large numbers of requests efficiently. This is very important. So in the URL in HTTPS, this is the REST API, using which we get data from server, we update data, and many more things we can do. Something like this: get, retrieve data, used to fetch data from the server, does not modify anything. It just fetch. Using get, you just fetch the data from server. Okay. And post, create new data, sends new data to the server to create resources. You have to create new data. Okay. Put, update existing data, replaces the entire resources with the new data. Okay, when you going to need that, you're going to put some data. It's like this. It's something like the card operation. Okay, CURD, create, update, read, and delete. You probably know in any programming language or database there is a card operation. It's this something like this. Okay, the same thing. Delete remove the specific resources. Means deletes data from server. Now what are endpoints in API? Endpoint is very important. An endpoint is a specific URL where the API can be accessed to perform a particular action to get specific data. Think of it as a door to specific resources or server on the resources or service on the server. Okay, it's like a extra information. To get the extra information, we'll give example like this: get user. If you put user, and if you have server and you have a lots of user with the specific user ID stored in the server, this kind of data have stored in the server, and you want to get the user data. So how can do this? You just add the user at the end of the URL to get the all user list. And you don't need the all user. You'll think that you don't need the all user, you need the user with the user ID 45. So what you do, you add the 45 like this. You will get only the user, those who have the 45 user ID, like this. If you do post user, add a new user, and if you delete user 45, if you do the delete the user ID with 45, Each endpoint is tied to the HTTP method to get, post, etc. and perform specific tasks. Why endpoint matters? They define what data you can access, how you access it, what action you can perform on it. Okay, this is a endpoint. User 123 with user ID. This is like called endpoints. The endpoint is very important. You need endpoints to get data from the server. Okay, when you're going to fetch any data using API, so you have to pass the endpoints to fetch the specific data, because in the server or any website you don't know the every data. There's a lots of data, many kinds of data. You don't know the everything. You know the your specific data. So that's why you have to pass the endpoints in every cases. Okay, like you are going to Amazon and you thought that you are making a sentiment analysis. So you thought that you're making you need a review of every customers or particular product. So you what to search for? You go particular product and you only scrape the. So you need only the review and review with particular product. So you fetch so you pass the endpoints with review. Okay, so that you can fetch only review from the Amazon or any other websites. This this how endpoint use, because you don't need the product details for this case. Okay, you don't need the product with the review for do the sentiment analysis. This is called uses the endpoints. And so and later on, what are query parameters in APIs? Query parameters are additional key value pairs added to the URL after a query question mark. They are used to filter data. Okay, modify, customize the data being requested without changing the primary resource specified in the path. Query parameters are used to enter, refine, or filter the data returned by the API, but they do not identify specific resources. The query parameters are additional key value pairs added to the URL. This is optional. Okay, the endpoint is you have to put, but query parameters are optional to use. Added to the URL after a query question mark. That is used to filter data. You need a filter data like this. You can use key1 value 1, key2 value 2. You pass the extra information to the with the URL. It separates the base URL from the query parameters. You have to use the question mark to separate the URL base URL from the query parameters. You have to pass this key1 value 1 is a key value pair, and you have to separate this using this separates multiple key value pairs like this. This is the example. You need the user data age above 30 and city New York. This is extra information. If you don't pass this query parameters, it doesn't have any give any error. It's like a function. You pass the default value with a 0. Okay, like you pass the default value, with a function parameter in a parameter. You don't need to pass the value when you call the function. It's take the default value from the this parameter. This is how it's work. Common use cases for query parameters: filtering data. Example: get user age 30, get user who are 30 years old. Product category electronics, get all the product in the electronics category. Pagination, to handle large sets of data. Example: item page equal to limit 20. Okay, get the second page of result showing 20 items per page. You don't need the all the data. You need only page 2 data and limit 20 item you need. So you can do with the help of query parameters. Sorting data, you need to sort data by age or specific something. You can use query parameters. Search, if you go search query laptop, search for the term laptop in the database. Specifying the response format. Example: get user format XML, get the response in XML format. You can also pass the JSON instead of XML. So you can pass many things in query parameters. It will help you a lot. Okay. So if you like this particular video, please give a thumbs up, and if you have any query, please let me in the comment section. Thank you.